AMD stock is in technical neutrality. The charts and the street are sending mixed signals. Momentum has cooled after a hot run, yet big money investors still look interested. That combination makes AMD a classic. Watch list. Name: interesting to own if you're patient, useful to trade if you like catalysts, and downright theatrical if you enjoy semiconductor soap operas. What technical neutrality actually means, and why anyone cares. When traders say a stock is technically neutral, they mean price action, volume, and momentum indicators aren't skewing decisively bullish or bearish. Think of it like weather. A technically neutral market is a cloudy day. You bring an umbrella just in case, but you might still wear sunglasses. For AMD, oscillators, trendlines, and recent price activity have failed to give a clean buy or sell signal, so traders are watching the next data points to break the tie. The recent drop, 9.91%, and the money flow contradiction. AMD shares have slid about 9.91% recently, a pullback large enough to get investors' attention. But here's the twist. While price dipped, big institutional and extra-large investors have shown positive money flow, essentially stepping in where smaller retail traders have hesitated. That divergence, sellers being mostly smaller traders while institutions nibble, is the sort of thing that creates volatile but interesting setups. It's like a fancy restaurant losing a few casual diners while the food critics keep booking tables. Analysts are split, mixed signals from the sell-side crowd. Wall Street's view on AMD is all over the map. Some firms have recently downgraded or cautioned on near-term AI traction, while others still see strong secular demand and upgraded their stance. That split creates noise, conflicting price targets, different margin assumptions, and divergent takes on how quickly hyperscalers will adopt AMD's AI accelerators. It's the financial equivalent of Yelp reviews that range from life-changing to meh, which makes decision-making taste-dependent. Momentum cooled after a 3-month rally almost to record highs. AMD ran hard for about 3 months and nearly challenged record highs, but that steam ran out, momentum indicators cooled and short-term buyers got exhausted. Momentum stalling after a big run is normal. It's the market taking a breath. The key question for traders is whether the breath is a pause before the next leg up or a warning that a bigger pullback is incoming. Think of it like a sprinter slowing to tie a shoelace. Are they about to sprint again or just catch their breath before calling it a day? By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Geopolitics and industry shifts, the uncomfortable backdrop. Semiconductors are uniquely exposed to geopolitics. Recent policy moves, export controls, and shifting supply chain footprints are reshaping who can sell what to whom, and that affects AMD directly, especially in AI accelerators and data center gear. The industry is reacting to export control shifts and supply reshoring, which can change customer dynamics, pricing power, and where companies allocate capital. That's not shoegazing, it's a real variable on AMD's future revenue map. Competition, leadership notes, and technical breakthroughs, a cocktail of caution. A few ingredients are stirring investor caution right now, mounting competitive pressure. NVIDIA remains the dominant player in AI accelerators, and ecosystem momentum can be hard to wrest away. Customers often standardize around a single vendor, which makes ramping share slow and binary in some cases. Leadership changes and insider activity, periodic executive moves or insider stock sales can spook short-term holders even if they're neutral in the long term. Investors watch tone and turnover closely. Technical breakthroughs. AMD's recent announcements around new MI350 family accelerators and rack-scale systems show real engineering muscle, but they also raise expectations. When you promise a leap, exascale-ish performance, the world expects customers and volume to follow. If sales don't keep pace, sentiment cools just as fast as the initial hype heated it. Combine those forces and you get a recipe, lots of potential, but with a side of, prove it, required before valuations re-rate higher. Why institutions buying while retail sells is a meaningful signal. When large and extra-large investors buy while retail traders step back, it usually means two things. Institutions think the long-term odds favor them, or they're quietly rebalancing, and retail traders are either taking profits or fleeing headline noise. Institutions often have better access to channel checks, supply chain intel, and customer feedback, so their presence can be a vote of confidence. But it's not a guarantee. Institutions can hold for different reasons: index inclusion, client mandates, or pair trades. Still, seeing block flows into AMD while prices dip is worth a raised eyebrow. How to read the chart now? What traders actually watch? If you're tracking AMD like a hawk, keep these on your dashboard. Volume on down days versus up days. Heavy volume on down days suggests distribution. Thin down days and heavy up days suggest accumulation. 50-day versus 200-day moving averages. A cross or rejection here matters. If AMD falls below key averages, momentum traders might accelerate selling. Relative strength versus NVIDIA/SOXX. How AMD performs versus NVIDIA and the semiconductor ETF tells you if it's a company-specific issue or sector-wide weakness. Institutional block trades. Continued block buying while price stabilizes is a bullish signal. Large block selling is the opposite. These are the switches that decide whether a neutral chart slips bearish or tips bullish. Imagine AMD as a race car that pushed hard for 3 laps, the 3-month rally. Now it's in the pits. Engineers, management, are swapping tires. The strategist, Wall Street, argues about fuel mix, and a few other cars, competitors, are circling, ready to lap if AMD's pit work goes slow. Big money teams are quietly placing bets on the pit crew's skill. That's the institutions buying, while casual fans are shouting about the lost lead and selling their parade programs. Whether AMD rejoins the race in pole position depends on execution, parts, and a good pit strategy. Note this as well. Fear God, and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him that made heaven, and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. Revelation 14 verses 7-10. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.